broad that's running around bragging about getting raw dog, that little old ain't nothing but a cum bucket. I said, no, she a disgusting little old mother. Yeah, I hate her. Yeah, that's, she's delivered a whore spirit amongst young girls.
Honey, I hate her. She is helping the young girls develop a sense of unity. That's Charleston White. As proof, he also disclosed what seems to be Sexyy Red's STD medical record, as well as rappers, he says, were made public. Their names are also not random. They weigh too much. You can smile just by looking at the names of some of the most well-known hip-hop musicians. But here's the catch. Charleston wasn't just a critic. He directly connected her being a polluted lady to her rapping about insane sexual behavior. When those receipts showed up on that timeline, social media went crazy, connecting the dots. It's no longer just a lighthearted remark directed at you, all as fans are pointing the finger at every musician she has collaborated with. This revelation has had more strange repercussions than anyone could have imagined, including club sightings, Instagram photos, and problems with the baby daddy. And I promise that the list of names that Charleston White disclosed will shock. You, I treasure you. To me, you are everything. She seems to have been having extramarital affairs with someone besides Drake.
Over, let that booty breathe. Take that hat-trick. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that out for Drake. Shake that.
Charleston is now famous. White doesn't mince words. But this time he was completely violent. Avoid being snarky, claiming that her sexual behavior is obviously irresponsible. I haven't lied yet. They even posted a close-up of her with what looks to be an inflammatory mark on her mouth. Keep on being raw and consuming that brown booty hole. He is essentially suggesting that Sexyy Red has an STD and connecting it to the sexual behaviors she talks about in her raps that have made her famous by saying, "A booty, whole brown, thug-doned, and out of town." See, it's not just you all either, White stated. Her thing is going to hold on to a bacterial infection in a vivid manner. In his words, it's not just uninjaz don't even clean their nuts. Is that correct? And you're out here letting others treat you badly. Naturally, Uchi is going to become a bit crazy. You had to hear what he had to say because he is insane.
You gotta hear exactly what he said yourself, because he wild.
Not only that, that mother don't keep a bacterial infection. Don't wash their nuts consistently for you to let everybody raw dog you. And that gonna be a little funky.
Charleston wasn't just mocking her to get attention either. Was highlighting the grave risks that her sexual history could present. So he went and threw away what looked to be her STD medical report. And because of incidents like this, the drama intensified. Generated a discussion on social media with users connecting her to all the artists and collaborators she might have had. Why don't we go over the list? Due to the fact that she was thudding with her? What was really crazy was the Gucci third leg. Because of this, White's charges are overly severe. Gucci third leg was accused of causing herpes by a former partner. He must have realized it at the time. And it alone caused chaos on social media. The man's claim that he had intercourse with over 3,000 women is even odd. 3,000. People started drawing connections between him and sexual material. Producers, which makes sense when you take that into account as well. There was once a connection between Gucci third leg and Sexyy Red. Furthermore, it's simple to see why rumors circulated regarding her sexual activities and the likelihood that she became infected. Sexyy even vented her annoyance at all of the accusations on Instagram.
Every time y'all see me with a nigga, y'all think I'm f***ing him. Like, can I just chill? Can I hang out? God, I'm a grown-ass gangster superhero. Leave me alone.
Voicing her annoyance at the constant claims that she has a brown buttock hole. Still, the comments kept coming. People already thought they understood its origin. One commentator said, "I mean, she got it from Gucci third leg." At that time, Charleston started making her alleged STD medical files public. Made sense? The exposure chain starts with her and doesn't stop there if it's true. Next on the list was drag. As is well known, he was spotted at a club sitting on the couch with the red-haired rapper, getting quite near to her and even planting a kiss on her cheek. My rifle wife, Sexyy Red, was just introduced to me. It wasn't just the club, though, because Red retweeted the picture after Drake captioned it, stating, "I'm your favorite rapper's rapper." They have frequently been seen together, behaving like much more than simply friends. Which clarifies the strength of White's arguments. Drake isn't the only well-known person, though. Wait for White's next addition to the list to be revealed. The problem will only become worse. Yes, it's now Chief Keef's turn. The fact that there is still no official term for it just added to the strangeness of the situation. As Sexyy Red had already made it clear that she and Keef were more than simply friends. It's true, that's my people, that's my dog. I'm not even saying that he's my homeboy because I don't know what he's up to. But she said, I don't have too many homeboys I can sit on the phone with. We like each other, but we can talk on the phone. Simply by living close to one another, we might act as though we have known one another for years. We do like each other, yes. That's my ninja. As if it weren't dramatic enough, she also ridiculed King Von's sister, Kayla B, in front of Keith, saying, "That might be my third baby daddy," again indicating that there was a relationship between them. But when you relate the dots to White's claims, it's easy to see why they raise concerns. If Red's alleged STD report is true and she was so close to Keith, there's a good likelihood that Keith was also exposed. This isn't the only reason White is yelling names. He is exhibiting a series of occurrences that could have an impact on other members of her social circle. Just when you thought things couldn't get much messier, White throws another name into the mix. The answer is still unknown to us. Now, Sexyy Red shared a photo of the unidentified male sharing her bed on Instagram. He is clearly wearing an ankle brace, which implies that he is under house arrest. But the catch is that she only showed their feet. But this is where it ties into White's accusations as he discloses Sexyy Red's alleged STD report. Every name, private moment, and close relationship she has in public suddenly takes a backseat. She reaffirmed her position in the post, saying, "I like effing with drillers, redhead killers. A whole new weight." An extra link in the chain may be the anonymous person. A series of events could disclose or involve someone White has been hinting toward. The pieces are already being assembled by fans. Like Drake and Chief Keef, this unnamed person also adds to the already escalating controversy. But another name that is allegedly on White's list is Aiden Ross. Yes, all of you. I want to announce something, but I don't know if I should say it, he remarked, revealing his sexual relationship with Sexyy Red. I did have seductive Red. It was good. It was excellent. She was starting to behave more like a boss, but he didn't stop there. Ross even admitted to utilizing a sexually suggestive recording. I jerked off to it, which is why I hit her up. I'm telling the truth. How repulsive. Oh, when the video went viral, Sexyy Red had to react, of course, and she didn't mince words. You hired me to take your virginity, so I did. Next, she replied in joke in one post. Sitch, you couldn't touch me with a stick, said another tweet. When you relate this to White's alleged STD report, you can see the pattern. It raises the question of who might have been exposed each time she makes a claim, hooks up, or openly associates with someone, with names like Drake, Chief Keef, and now Aiden Ross. White's list is more than just shocking. You're left wondering who else might be next and whether this chain is bigger than anyone thought. And just when it seems that the list could not get much stranger, Ray J stoked the fires on his Twitch live feed. He claimed to have shared a bed with Sexyy on a flight. Sexyy Red, of course, denied it, saying even though it was alleged that we slept on the plane together, I said hello and continued the conversation. Are you cool? She stated unequivocally that none of the rumors were true. Here's the problem though. Why was Ray J's name supposedly on Charleston's list at all? if she is telling the truth. Denial doesn't dispel suspicion, which is why fans continue to investigate that question alone. However, this is when things start to get pretty nasty. Most likely, you were aware of the gossip circulating around Honcho and Sexyy Red? Everyone was taken aback when he played her love interest in the music video. She then went on to post fresh Instagram photos with lines that perfectly matched the lyrics, giving people the impression that it wasn't simply acting and that it might actually be true. This is when things get wild. People began seeing connections when they viewed this through the prism of Charleston White's STD assertions. And let's be honest for a moment, if Honcho was actually playing with her, even in a casual way, it might put him in the same circle that White is implying. People no longer dismiss these rumors of former relationships and sexually transmitted diseases as idle rumors once they start to pile up, get sticky, and starts to look like a pattern. Since it wasn't just about the other rappers, the focus shifted when Dwight released that alleged medical report. It's reasonable to wonder if Hunch was already involved. People are betting that I'll be the next to go viral because Charleston White isn't the only one revealing identities. Her own baby daddy even weighed in, accusing Sexyy Red of burning rappers and presenting what seemed to be supporting documentation. Where is the source of all this paperwork? This is where things get crazy. Eventually, he changed his mind and claimed he never saw it. This made the alleged medical report hit harder. They made sure she wasn't just another bitter ex. Red didn't immediately answer when he asked during the call when he was going to keep it gangster. Interview.
And when you gonna keep it gangster? When you gonna keep it that's what you did. You lied to me for 6 months.
In this instance, he made it abundantly evident that the virus is dormant, but herpes persists. To show that he wasn't merely talking, he even produced documents that demonstrated that there was no active detection at the time it appeared. Your favorite rapper, she said she's burning, he added, really stepping up his rhetoric. Everybody is being burned. For that note side P, you must have strength. Since I am the weak, it is not for the weak. Keep in mind that you initiated this. Twist, though, is this. Afterward, he retreated, cited evidence to support his claim that he never contracted the STI. However, her baby daddy's revelation makes you pause and consider all the times she was connected to rappers. White's list suddenly becomes much more credible when STDs are included, even if some of it was just hanging out. You begin to envision the cascade of events. It's one hookup here, one there, and it's crazy to consider who could be involved in all of this. Sexyy Red, however, has publicly acknowledged that she has an STI. She even jumped on the internet about it, using dollar bills that spell, "I want the STD." You're sharing a viral photo of a fan outside the emergency room with the message, "It's gone now, mother. I didn't take my medication." Everyone, that is classic hot. She continued to make fun of controversy, and this was reflected in her own line of lip glosses, Gorhia and Yellow Discharge. As a result, when Charleston released the medical report, no one laughed, claiming that she was more than just a joker and that her brand included sexually transmitted diseases. She acknowledged that she had chlamydia 3 times at one point, and she explained how she and her partner had split up, played around, and then reunited when they both noticed an unpleasant odor. What the F is that smell? And don't think that Charleston White was just making fun of him. You all probably know Lord Jamar, don't you? He pursued Sexyy too. He also didn't hold back when he said bluntly, "Sexyy Red looks like the kind of girl you used to see when you walked into a room and sniffed it and thought, this smells like somebody was effing in here." We both exclaimed. They saw a doctor, but they were never told who it was.
Sexyy Red looked like the type of girls like back in the days, like you walk in the room and you'd be like, smell like somebody was f***ing in here.
I saw the video where she admitted her own poop was stinking. Jamar added, but it didn't stop there.
And what's crazy is I seen a video, I seen a video where she said her own was stinking.
She claimed that. But I got the impression that she was becoming hot and funky wherever she was.
I said to myself, she looked like it get hot. It looked like it get funky in whatever room she f***ing in. It get hot.
However, when Jamar made fun of her for acknowledging it. It greatly increased the credibility of Charleston's leaks. All of a sudden, that medical report aligned with what people were already saying about her behind the scenes and wasn't simply idle gossip. And the issue is that this is no longer simply rumors, thanks to her own confessions of STDs, the hookups, the well-known rappers, and comments like Yamar's. There appears to be a trend, which raises the question of whether any of the names on White's list are truly included in that exposure chain. Here's the real deal, though. Everyone. Some people are outright accusing Sexyy Red of purposefully spreading illnesses. I mean, STDs are part of her brand. One commenter even said, "That decision was yours." On the other hand, some individuals don't even hold her directly responsible. Sexyy Red, in their opinion, is just another example of this toxic, click-hungry culture that exploits women for views before discarding them. In any case, it's becoming sticky. Everyone, starting to smell bad. Whites have been hard on her, you guys. It's not just him speaking, though. There's more to Slick than that. In 2025, we are witnessing the convergence of sexual accountability, social media clouds, and celebrity antics. Charleston went one step farther and said that this was nothing new. Rap songs that are based on straight misogyny and beauty standards have been dragging black women for years. He claims it's much more calculated now, though, as if the establishment deliberately places performers like Sexyy Red in the spotlight in order to continue dismantling that perception. Red is pushing off a lot of sexual assault, according to his own words.
Because Sexyy Red pushed a lot of sexual violence, and so my kids would have to be grown to go listen to that.
White is a master at agitating the situation and clearing the room. So he presented her medical records as proof of the larger battle he had been shouting about when he started revealing identities. Because when private documents and names start to circulate, it's no longer just chatter, it's a declaration. This action guarantees that the conversation surrounding Hot Red won't be going away anytime soon. But I'll show you how the artist Charleston identified actually reacted the next time. And trust me when I say that some of these clapbacks are just as ridiculous as the charges. I love you, sweetie, so please leave your thoughts and comments below and watch this next video.